let's start discussion on the curl of vector field and its physical significance. In previous lecture we discussed divergence of vector field. Now we will discuss curl of vector field. So curl of vector field is the cross product of del and the vector function of space. So it is cross product between the del operator and any vector function of a space. So if we consider a region which is defined by a vector function v bar, which is function of our Cartesian coordinates x, y, z, then the del crossed with this v bar is known as the curl of v bar, and it is written as curl v bar, or it is also called as rot v bar. Rot is a short form of rotational field. We will discuss what is the origin of this word rotational further. So these are the notations and the name for the curl of vector field. So the curl of vector field is the cross product of del and v bar, where v is our vector function. So you know del and you know v. Now as like previous, v is defined as vx I cap plus vy j cap plus vz k cap, since it is function of all three Cartesian coordinates. So if you substitute values of del and v bar, you will get here dou by dou x I cap plus dou by dou y j cap plus dou by dou y k cap, and it is crossed with vx I cap plus vy j cap plus vz k cap. And you know that cross product of any two vector is defined by determinant of those two vectors. So we can write it in determinant form as I cap, j cap, k cap. Now our first vector is del bar and second is v bar. So components of del bar are dou by dou x, dou by dou y and dou by dou z. And components of v bar are vx, vy and vz. So this is the way with which we define the curl of a vector or curl of a v bar, and curl is a vector quantity, since cross product of any two vector is a vector quantity. Here curl is nothing but cross product of vector del and vector v. Therefore the resultant curl of this del cross v, that is curl of v, is a vector quantity. And as like previous, we have to take this in account that del cross v bar should not be equal to v bar cross del bar, since we know that cross product is not commutative. And it is clear that curl of v bar or rotation of v bar is a vector quantity which is read as del cross v. So resultant is a vector quantity. And why these are not equal? You know, according to cross products, these directions of these two resultant cross products are not same. Therefore these are not equal. Now let's discuss physical significance of curl of vector. So we have already discussed gradient and divergence. So we know that if vector field is derived as a gradient of scalar field, that is lamellar field, so the line integral of a vector field is taken around any closed path will be 0. But there are some vector fields which are taken around any closed path, and there are some types of vectors which cannot be expressed as a gradient of scalar field. In such field, the line integral around a closed path will not be equal to 0. The curl of this vector field is very important of this. It is a very important property for this vector field. So we will consider a very small region of such a vector which is represented by line of force which are nearly straight and parallel, and to represent that our vector field is changing, we will not draw this line as equally spaced. So here I have drawn the vector field which is represented by the line of force, and these are nearly straight and parallel, and to represent that this is changing field, I have not drawn this line at the same distance. That means these lines are not equally spaced. Meaning of this is our field is varying field. Now we will imagine a small plane which is having a rectangular area inside this field, so that line integral can be worked out along the boundary. So here we have considered a plane of rectangular area which is given by A, B, C and D, and it is considered in a position such that our line integral will work along these boundaries of this rectangle. So when this area is perpendicular to field, now as shown in figure, for position of this rectangle A, B, C, D, this rectangle is perpendicular at every situation to our vector field V bar. So this is our vector field V bar, that is horizontal line, and this dotted line represent the rectangle. So at each boundary the field and rectangle are perpendicular to each other. Therefore the line integral over this boundary is 0 as each side is perpendicular to field. Now we will consider the another plane A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash such that the area is parallel to field and the line integral over boundary is not 0. Means we will consider another plane which is given by A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash, and this in this plane the boundaries are parallel. Now if boundaries are parallel, then line integral over the boundary of this rectangle which is given by A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash, the integral over the boundaries of this rectangle will not equal to 0. So line integral for the A, B, C, D is equal to 0 since the field and boundaries are perpendicular, but for A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash it is not equal to 0 since our boundary and field are parallel to each other. So this is the picture that we are going to consider. So if for this A dash, B dash, C dash, if our line integral is not equal to 0, this means it will have some finite value. So line integral will have some finite value for our second rectangle A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. But for the side BC, we will consider, let's discuss side B dash, C dash and D dash, A dash. Means which sides we have to consider? B dash, C dash means this side and this side. So I will make them little bit darker. So for this darker side A dash, D dash and B dash, C dash, if you observe, the boundary and field are perpendicular to each other. Therefore for these two sides also our line integral along these sides will be 0. Therefore and for another remaining B dash, A dash, B dash and D dash, C dash, our line integral is not equal to 0. That means it will have some finite value again. Means the finite value for this rectangle whose integral is not 0, this is due to these two boundaries, that is B bar, B dash, A dash, B dash and D dash, C dash. So for this there will be some definite value for line integral. So these finite values and also these values for these both lines will be different. That means the line integral along a dash b dash will not be equal to line integral along d dash c dash, since our field v bar is changing. Since v bar is changing, the line integral along these two boundaries is not equal. That is, our field is non-uniform vector field, due to which these values are different. So line integral along AB and line integral along C dash, D dash and A dash, B dash will not cancel each other. Thus, the position of this A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash, the line integral will have some finite values. Thus, this states that the line integral will depend on the orientation of area, the boundary of which taken for line integral calculation. So, obviously, certain orientation of an area, the line integral will be maximum. So, we have to discuss about the area at which this line integrals will have maximum value. So this maximum line integral, which is expressed per unit area, is physically called as a curl of the vector field at that point, and the direction of this curl is given by the positive normal which is drawn to the area when it gives the position of a maximum line integral. Now we will discuss the curl in terms of Cartesian components. So we will consider three infinitesimal rectangular areas, 1, 2, 3. So these three infinitesimal rectangular areas which are intersecting mutually at right angle at the point where vector field v bar has components, that is Vx, Vy and Vz. So we will draw the positive normal to this vector are along the positive direction of the x, y and z axis. So these are the positive normals drawn to these three rectangles, and now we will consider area ABCD with side dy dz and x-axis is its normal. So this is ABCD as an area which will have the side dy and dz, and it is normal to x-axis. So x-axis is normal to our area ABCD. So the component or the rectangle area, if we consider it as a very small, then the numerical value of the component of V bar at the midpoint of any side is taken as the average value along both sides. So the magnitudes Vx, Vy, Vz are the function of x, y, z of the middle point, that is center of this rectangle. So the mean value of side AB, BC, CD and last for DA. So if we find the mean values for AB, now let's say this is our first side AB. So for AB, it is along y direction, that is Vy. So for AB, the mean value will be Vy, as like previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have calculated the rate of flow and the magnitude of y component of V bar at the center of face, that we have already calculated in previous lecture. So according to that, this will be Vy minus, now here our velocity component is along Vy and it is changing with respect to z. Therefore this will be subtracted from dVy upon dou z, and for the center this will be now dou z upon 2. For side BC, means for this side, now this is along z, therefore it is taken as Vz, and now it is along the positive direction of z, therefore here we will have positive sign, and this will be now dou Vz upon dou y into dou y by 2. Similarly for next side CD, now this is along the direction of again y axis, but it is in the positive quadrant, so we will take this as Vy plus dou Vy upon dou z by 2. And for third side dA, so this is along the z, which include also the negative one, so Vz minus dou Vz upon dou y dot dy upon 2. Now how these terms comes here, so if you observe for the line dA, it is the velocity component is Vz since it is along z direction, therefore rate of flow of the vector will be dou Vz upon dou y, and since this direction is upward but there is also a negative axis, it will be negative. And why this dy by 2? Because if you observe here, this center of this boundary dA is half of the dy from the center of our rectangle, so it is dy by 2, and this distance is again dy by 2. If you draw symmetric figure, you will get that idea. Similarly for CD, if you observe line CD, now it is along the, which one is CD? This is CD. Now CD is nothing but the velocity component along CD will be along y direction, that is y axis, therefore here Vy. Now rate of flow of this V bar will be dou V by upon dou z. It is varying with respect to z, therefore dou V by upon dou z, and its midpoint it at the distance dou z by 2, because see here this is dou z, this is dou x, and this is dou y, and this one side of rectangle is dou y by 2, dou x by 2, and for this it is dou z by 2, because remaining here is minus dou z. It is dou z by 2. Now for side BC, BC is this side, and now this, for this BC, velocity component will be Vz, and it is in positive direction, and this Vz is varying with respect to y, therefore the rate of flow of V will be dou Vz upon dou y, and this side distance of this BC will be dou y, since it is along y, it will be dou y upon 2, and in the same way for side AB. So these are the boundaries and the corresponding mean values along the four sides of the rectangle respectively. Now the line integral around the rectangle ABCDA is given by, as we discussed in previous lecture, along y-axis the net flux is given by the subtraction of these both, that is which both these two, subtraction of these two, and along z it is subtraction of these two. So if we add the subtraction of these two sides and these two sides, we will get total flux. So first we will calculate net flux along y, which is Vy dou Vy upon dou z into dou z by 2 minus Vy plus dou Vy upon dou z into dou z by 2 into dy. And next, net flux along the z axis is given by Vz minus dou Vz upon dou y dot dou y by 2 minus Vz minus dou Vz upon dou y into dou y by 2 into dz, since these are line integral. In case of our previous, it was area, therefore there were two components, and in order to calculate total line integral we will take addition of these two. So here if we took addition, then the quantities which are going to cancel are Vy, Vy, Vz, Vz, and then this addition will be dz by 2 plus dz by 2 is dz, and we will take this minus dou Vy upon dou z common. So minus dou Vy upon dou z as a common into dy, and also we will take this. Now this is the simplification of first term, and now for second, dy by 2 plus dy by 2, it will give us dy, which we are going to take common. So here dz by 2 and dz by 2, that is, here we will get dz, and here dy by 2 and dy by 2 dy. So product of dy and dz, dy and dz in both terms, which is taken as common. So we took the dy and dz common and remaining this term as it is, and here this minus, here there is plus. Now this term and this term, this minus and this minus, it will get plus. So here if we took dou Vz upon dou y common, this is the simplified form. I think it is little bit complicated, so we will solve it again. So we will get here, these two terms are get cancelled. We will get here dou Vy upon dou z by 2 minus dou Vy upon dou z by 2 into dy plus dou Vz upon dou y by 2 minus minus plus dou Vz upon dou y by 2. And again if we took this, here dz is outside. So here if we took dou Vz by dou y common, and here we will take minus dou Vy by dou, get minus dou Vy by dou z common, and this addition is dou z, because dou z by 2 plus dou z by 2, we will get dou z, plus this dy as it is, plus here again we will take dou Vz upon dou y common, and this addition of these two is dy into dz. So if we took this dy dz common, that is dy dz, what is remaining here is this minus this, that is dou Vz upon dou y minus dou Vy upon dou z. So this is the simplified integral, that is line integral along a, b, c, d, a. Let's call this as equation number 69. So the area element dy dz and x-axis is normal to this element. Hence above this line integral per unit area is the magnitude of x component of curl v bar. So curl v bar along x is given by dou Vz upon dou y minus dou Vy upon dou z into dy dz. Now similarly we can find for curl of v along y and along z. So we can directly write this by using analogy. So curl of v bar along y is taken as, now here observe, here there is x. Now after x, y, there comes y, x, y and z. So this is the cyclic order. So after x, there comes y, which is taken as negative, and it is the differential of dou y by dou z. Therefore, we will also take here after y, there comes z, but we will take first x, that is minus dou vx, and what is remaining now here is the after y there is z. So after y we will take here z, that is dou vz, and after z it comes again x. So here dou x, and now for this what is the remaining is the dou vx upon dou z into, now here in case of curl it is per unit area, so this area will gone, and since it is vector this will be along x axis, so we will take here I cap. So this is the correction in this equation. Now again this is per unit area, so line integral per unit area along the y component of curl v bar will be here j cap, and for curl z this will be, now for z we will again take here, now after z there comes x, so we will take minus dou vx. Now after x there comes y, so upon dou y. Now again here there is y, so we will take dou vy, and again after y, now here since there is y we will take here x into k cap. Now how to remember this? So we have calculated this, and from this analogy we calculate for y and z. Now how to calculate this? Let me explain. So here if you observe curl of x, so this is along x, so we take first x. Now after x what is there? Y. So it is taken as second term with negative sign, and dou vy. Now x and y gone, what remain? Z. So this is dou vy upon dou z, and with negative sign. And for this first term just take exchange of these two variable, that is dou vz upon dou y, means exchange these two variable and write in the form of dou v by that variable into I cap. Now similarly for y, after y there comes z, so we took here minus dou vz. Now y and z gone, what is remaining? X, so on denominator write dou x with negative sign. Now what will be first term? Just exchange these two variable and write it in the form of dou vx upon dou z into j cap. And similarly for z, now see after z there comes x, so second term, write first second term which is dou vx. Now z and x gone, what remain? Y, so write here dou y. And for to write first term just exchange these two, means first term will be dou vy upon dou x, that is dou vy upon dou x, and since it is along z it will be multiplied by k cap. So in this way you can find the curl along the various direction. Now let me call this as equation 70, equation 71 and equation 72. So if we add these three components, we will get the total curl of v bar along x, y and z. So let me write it on new page. So by adding all these three components, we will get, so by adding all these three components, we will get the curl of v bar along all these three direction I, j and k cap. So the curl is nothing but the cross product, and therefore we can say that this curl v bar can be written in the form of determinant, this you know, that is I, j and k. So this will be determinant of dou by dou x, dou by dou y and dou by dou z of the second vector is vx, vy and vz. So this we have already discussed. Let's say equation 74. So this is all about the curl in the determinant form and in the equation form as well. So next concept is rotational and irrotational vector fields. So whenever curl of a vector field is not equal to 0, means there is some curl for your vector field, then such vector fields are known as the rotational vector field. And the vector field whose curl is 0, that is del cross v bar is 0, then it is known as a irrotational vector field. In problems they may ask you that show that your vector field is rotational or irrotational. So if your vector field is rotational, its curl will be non-zero, and if your vector field is irrotational, its curl will be 0. So this is all about the curl of a vector field and its physical significance. So here we will consider a paddle of a wheel for a bicycle. So in childhood you have played bicycle and you know the paddle wheel. So this is a paddle wheel and it is free to rotate in the about the axis which is passing through center and perpendicular to plane of velocity vector of a liquid. So let's say v bar is a velocity vector which is distributed non-uniformly, that is these lines denotes the velocity vector of liquid which are non-uniform. In upper region they are dense and it will go, as we go in lower region their distance goes on increasing. So due to this the velocity is large in upper portion and it is lower in lower portion. So due to this variation curl of velocity exists, that is del cross v bar is not equal to 0. That means our field is a rotational field, and at the upper region paddle will get more push and at the lower region it will be get less push. So hence the wheel will set into rotation in clockwise direction, and due to this situation curl is also known as a rotational. Okay, so it is also known as a rotational vector field, or in short it is called as a ROT of v bar, which is not equal to 0. So whenever the vector field is non-uniform, the curl is not equal to 0, and whenever we will have the vector field which is imagined is same everywhere, equally spaced, then wheel will not rotate, which is known as irrotational vector field. So this is the example of rotational and irrotational vector field.